Anyways, yeah, Rosé Grenache. It comes from our Kick Ranch vineyard, which is in Fountain Grove, Santa Rosa, and it is a beautiful Grenache of rosé, and stainless steel for about 6 months, and nice, dry, beautiful. I would say watermelon, strawberry flavors, but it would go great with the vegan dishes. Yes, it will.
This is our audio, and it's on. It should be the microphone because it's connected. The microphone is connected in here. I guess talk louder. I don't know.
We can hear you really well.
Yeah, I think the audio is coming from the computer. Is this on?
It's on.
You want to better check in?
We're gonna cheers and drink while we work out our audio problems.
We're not going to turn this into a drinking game, are we?
Every time somebody can't hear us well, we're gonna drink.
I'll say him so.
Is it Yeti?
What's that?
For
A little bit of technical difficulties going on.
because that's
Ricky, that was a tremendous idea.
is that the Yeti?
Try this.
Yeah, it's on. Can you guys hear us better, or is it still? Do we sound like we're farther away?
They're good.
Better?
Yes,
Better.
I
It was
said
the drink.
better.
We hadn't had a drink
Yeah.
yet. We were
I
doing
think
it
it's-
dry.
I think
You
it's
can't
just-
start a cooking show with no wine.
No, yeah.
Good Lord. All right, 2021. We made it. I don't have to yell anymore. Why am I yelling?
I don't know. I was gonna ask you the same thing. So yeah, like I said, we're doing sweet potato soup. So everyone, for you guys at home that are following along with us, make sure your broiler's on or your oven if you don't have a broiler, because we don't have a broiler, we have our oven on. It is set to 400 degrees. So what we're gonna start by doing is cutting our vegetables. So we're gonna start by peeling and dicing our sweet potato. For our recipe, for the recipe, it says to use 2 sweet potatoes. Ours are fairly large, so we're just using 1. So depending on the size of the sweet potato you guys are using at home, just adjust it accordingly.
And if you do have 2 and you want to use 2, the only difference will be you'll have to add a little more stock to get the right consistency. So yeah, it'll just be a little bigger batch.
Yep. Which there's nothing wrong with that. This holds up really well if you want to make a large batch and freeze some and save it for later on, or keep it in the fridge for a little bit.
This is your chance to have me as your sous chef tonight. Are you going to yell at me a lot?
No,
Really?
I will not yell at you for 4 plain biscuits or anything like that.
Come on, man. Give it to me. It's been a while.
I don't know if I can. It's just makes me nervous.
All right.
Awesome. So
How'd you peel yours so fast?
I'm a peeling champ. What can I say?
I'm here to slow you down, man.
I thought this was going to be a race between the two of us.
Have the first ever 6-minute cooking show.
This is 30-minute meals with Bricoleur Vineyards. So all we're going to do is just a dice on these potatoes. Doesn't have to be anything crazy, not too small. Like I said, everything's going to be blended. We're going to be adding vegetable stock into this. So we will be simmering the potatoes until they are soft and tender.
Ooh, soft and tender.
Soft and tender. All right.
How has turning yourself into a vegan changed your life, country?
Wow. You know, it's changed my life for the better.
That's great.
I feel really, really good, and just feel like I have a lot more energy now after I've switched over to the vegan ways of eating.
Dating life is better too.
Dating life is still non-existent. It does not affect that.
You can be a vegan?
But, you know, we'll just say that it's going good.
That's good to hear, man.
Yeah. No, I try.
Step 1, vegan. Step 2, dating life.
You know, step 2 is the cooking show. So,
Baby,
Oh.
baby steps.
yeah,
So you're saying you're married to your work?
I am. Yes.
I
We
get it.
have a question.
Oh God.
Oh man.
Why are you yelling at
If
us?
you don't have homemade stock, do you have any brands that you prefer?
What do you?
I always just go with the O organics
Yeah,
when I
that's-
buy it.
That's pretty much what I go for.
But I mean, stock is such a simple thing to make. I think that's something that is step 3 profit here. Oh. I get the reference, Perry. That is one of my favorite South Parks of all time. Good call, Perry. Man, that's awesome.
Starting off strong, Perry.
So stock, I mean, it's really a simple thing, and like I know we've got some recipes on the blog for some mushroom stocks, but making your own stock at home is just one. It's easy. You just need a pot big enough or small enough for whatever you're gonna do. But for us, like we're using a mushroom stock, and all it is we just put some button mushrooms, a little bit of thyme, bay leaf, and then just simmer that in water for about and some shallots, and for about hour and a half. Like vegetable stocks typically go really fast, whereas like a veal stock or a chicken stock is something you're more likely going to want to run overnight, just because it to extract all the flavor, it takes a little bit longer. But yeah, there's for this recipe, any chicken or vegetable broth would be fine from the store. I think just be careful. Some of them do have salt, so I always tend to buy the low sodium ones because then you have more control over how much salt goes in it. It just gives you more control over the final product. Good question.
Good answer.
I'm a wealth of knowledge.
You really are.
You guys are just too cute together.
Can't believe it took us this long to get to this, both of us.
I'm getting a little jealous now.
I'm kind of nervous, actually. Like Chris and I had our thing, and now it's like
We still have a thing. We don't have our thing. Come on. They'll boot me too now.
it's like
I think he's getting to
like
right
if
now.
Country comes in next week and he's got like a t-shirt on with big muscles and tattoos, like it's gonna be weird.
I covered up for a minute. I didn't want to show them off.
You gotta bring the gun show to the show. Come on.
All right, I found. Oh, what are you doing now?
I looked over and I saw that you were, still cutting the potatoes, and
Coming.
I think he's intimidated by you.
I think he is too, which I'm surprised by. Like, I'm like,
You know what it is that first sip of that rosé just hit me, man.
Did it? It's like the song said,
So
was it all
good.
day?
Yeah.
Rosé all day.
All right, sorry.
All right, back from cooking show.
So our next step, we're gonna cut up our onion. So we're using 1 whole onion for this recipe. I know the recipe does say a small dice, but to be honest, you can just do a rough chop on this as well. Like I said, everything's being blended and simmered into in stock, so it doesn't really need to be a perfect small dice or anything like that. It can just be a slice.
I feel like this is the trap, right? Like he's the chef and he's like, oh, you can cut it however you want. I'm gonna rough chop it. The recipe says small dice, and he's gonna get mad at me.
Yeah, you know who he is.
I would never get mad at you, chef. Are you kidding me?
Oh, come on.
You're just poking me right now. Trying to get something out of me. So we're gonna put that off to the side with our sweet potatoes. I'll hold that for you.
Rusty country.
It's been a minute since you've been on the show.
It's been a minute since we've cooked too.
But yeah, you guys cook all day together.
Yeah.
Just,
Not recently, man.
I was gonna say with the shutdown,
you
like,
guys
it's
are on
kind
like
of been-
corners over here.
Yeah, we sit at the opposite end of the dinner table here.
All right.
So after we've diced up our onion, or chopped up our onion, I should say, we're gonna do our jalapeno. So what we're doing is 1 whole jalapeno without the seeds. A little trick that I've learned with de-seeding jalapenos is if you take your jalapeno and rub it between your hands. Gordon Ramsay.
All right. I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
And you
It
gotta
works.
pat your head.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
No, I know.
Rub your stomach, pat your head, but just don't squeeze it too hard like I just did, because it will explode. And what should happen is it should loosen up all the veins on the inside and the seeds, and you should be able to just shake everything out. And sometimes it works, but sometimes if you get too aggressive.
I'm gonna show y'all a trick I know. Cutting it with a knife. Just cut off the sides, and you can leave all the seeds intact in the middle.
We do have a question. Are you sauteing the shallots, mushrooms, and thyme first before adding to the water?
For making a
Not for
mushroom
the
sauce?
stock. No, I typically would just honestly, we blend it. So we take the mushrooms and put them in the blender with our water. Because then it just makes the whole process quicker. You get more surface area contact for the water to be on the vegetable. Same with like a good veggie stock we used to make. We would grind all of our vegetables through a meat grinder, and it just makes the whole process a lot faster as far as when you are cooking it. What are we doing? Rough
Just
chop
rough
or
chop.
small dice?
Rough chop. Hi, Uncle Rogers would be disappointed.
See what Perry said.
I
About
missed
your
it.
jalapenos.
It's a good show.
Never watched
There's
it.
a new season
You
now.
should-
I
it
haven't
just
seen
came
the
out.
new
Third
season.
season came out.
Yeah, I've been seeing that.
It's good. I mean, if you've seen Karate Kid, you got. I mean, if you love that
Oh, yeah.
movie, you gotta watch the show. It's good.
I feel like you can't mess with the Karate Kid. Like that's just it's its own thing. You can't do something continuing off of it.
You can.
Okay.
They pulled it off.
Well, they pulled it.
How
off.
old are you? Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. I'm not that young.
No, he's young. He's not our age.
fairly young.
Yeah.
So all right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn our stoves on first, and we're gonna saute all this while we get everything else ready.
Okay.
So high heat. What we're using is what would you say, medium stock pot on this?
Yeah, I mean, this is probably like 6 quarts, maybe 8, but I think if you know the standard pot that you have on your stove, like is a 4 quart, it would probably fit this.
Yeah. I just like using bigger pots just in case.
His name's Country. We get it.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little bit of olive oil in there, about 1.5 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons of olive oil into the pot.
Is that the Bricoleur olive oil?
No, we don't cook with that.
Yeah.
We do have delicious Bricoleur olive oil, but it's more of a finishing product.
That's gonna go over the top of the final
Oh,
product, Chris.
man.
So,
So,
I just want to say because
stop jumping the gun and just let the naturals do their thing here.
Olive oil. I mean, we got some amazing olive oil coming out.
Perry asked, any substitutions on the jalapeno for spice averse palates?
Bell peppers would be really good in this. Or just taking out the jalapeno entirely. The soup will still taste really good. Yeah, I would say bell pepper would be the best. So, pan got nice and hot. Adding in our jalapeno, our onions, and our sweet potatoes. We're just gonna saute this for about 10 minutes. Just to get everything kind of going. Make sure I don't burn anything.
What do you say? Medium heat now?
I would say medium heat at this point.
And now we're gonna do some prepping.
Yes.
Cool.
So we're gonna let that kind of saute. We're not gonna forget about it. We're gonna revisit it every few minutes just to stir and make sure nothing's burning, especially for us here with our very strong burners. The next step we're gonna do is we're gonna prep our jalapeno or our garlic and our ginger. So first we're gonna start with our garlic. All we're gonna do is we're gonna smash our cloves just to get the peels off.
Did Gordon Ramsay taught you that jalapeno trick?
Yeah, I was watching. There's a show on Amazon, Gordon Ramsay short clips of him doing little cooking snippets, and one of his tricks is you take the jalapeno, you roll it in between your hands, and it breaks up the veins and the seeds and everything. Cut the top of it off, and then you shake out your seeds, and it's all supposed to come out.
Had you tried it before just now?
I have, and it, like I said, it works every once in a while, but it also depends.
Is this supposed to be in there?
Not yet. We're gonna add
There,
that
yeah,
with the.
that was one of the questions.
Oh, really?
Is
Drink alike.
there celery in the recipe?
Is there any seasoning in here yet at all?
Not yet, but we are going to add a little pinch of salt to our pot right now just to get everything.
The combination of the jalapeno and no hood on right now is like pepper spray.
Isn't it fun? We should probably turn the hoods on.
It's a good call. It's too loud though. Let's just suffer through.
We're gonna push through it. So we're gonna peel our ginger. We're doing a tablespoon's worth of chopped ginger. A trick that Shane's using right now is using the tip of a spoon to peel your ginger. I like using a vegetable peeler. Either way, equally as good results.
Gordon Ramsay taught me this trick.
Did he?
No.
I was gonna say.
His shows are really good though.
His shows are great.
His recipes.
I like his stuff.
Well, his shows are silly, but his recipe, like his quick cooking things, are really good.
This is like not one of his silly shows where like Hell's Kitchen and all that stuff. Like this is just him in his own home kitchen
Got it.
doing tips and tricks. So it's pretty cool. So all we're gonna do is take this ginger, rough chop again. Doesn't have to be a small dice.
Not falling for that.
Nope. And if I already didn't say for the garlic, I kind of skipped over this and got excited. You're gonna do a rough chop on that as well. Thinking about Gordon Ramsay and all that.
Gordon Ramsay excites you.
He does. So does Robert Irvine.
Yeah. We did, yeah. Country and I, what was that, 5 years ago?
Oh, I don't know.
We
I think
did
so.
we did a dinner with Robert Irvine, and it was a really fun night.
It was a great night.
Thanks for that. Cheers, probably.
Yeah.
Shane,
Oh,
you
you're-
a wine?
Yeah, dude, I'm
going
gonna
to him over there. Jesus.
Sunday tomorrow, man.
Oh, are you off tomorrow?
Heck yeah. Celery?
Yeah. Celery nuts. Yeah. How's everybody doing over at home? Are we doing okay? See thumbs up there.
How many of you tried Country's jalapeno trick?
That's the real question. I'm gonna say nobody did.
It's gonna haunt my dreams, man.
So with the
Head shaking going on.
so with the celery, I just cut off the end, just of the root end. Chop that off, and again, we're just gonna do half moons on this.
Lisa said that the online recipe has adding celery with the potatoes and onions. Is that?
That's fine if you did it that way.
Yeah.
Totally fine. Can't follow your own recipe, man.
No, I like to freestyle my recipes honestly when I cook them myself.
I called you on it too. I knew that. See, I know.
I'm a freestyler. I don't know what to tell you.
You're a freestyler.
So, onions or ginger, garlic, celery. We're gonna get that all into the pot. Throw that in with everything.
Did you season mine as well?
I did.
You're welcome. It smells really good, man.
It does. I love the smell of sauteed sweet potatoes and jalapeno. It really numbs the sense.
Oh, perfect. So you can see the onions are starting to wilt down a little bit. Starting to get a little translucent. We're probably getting pretty close to adding our stock in here. But yeah, the smell is really good. There's a lot of good flavor to it. So.
Yeah. So before we add in our stock, the next thing we're going to add is our 2 tablespoons of smooth peanut butter and 2 tomatoes. So for the tomatoes, like I said in the recipe, if you can't find fresh tomatoes, which you usually can year-round, canned tomatoes does work just as well. So I just used some canned tomatoes for us, and we're just using 2 whole tomatoes. And if you do use canned tomatoes, the rest of them you can make into a great pizza sauce or a nice pasta sauce for later use if you're not using everything. So we're gonna get that in.
Are we cutting them at all?
No, we're gonna leave them completely whole. They're gonna break down in there.
If we're using fresh ones, though, we dice
Yeah,
them
if
up?
you're using fresh at home, definitely dice them. I would not recommend throwing a whole tomato raw in there. Probably wouldn't work out too well. So we're gonna go ahead and throw all this in there, and then we're gonna add in our 1 quart's worth of vegetable stock. Like Shane said, we're using mushroom stock in this recipe. But for you guys at home, if you're using vegetable stock or chicken stock is a good substitute too if you want to not use vegetable stock and make this a non-vegan dish. But because we're going the vegan direction, we're going to use vegetable stock. So go ahead and add that into your pot.
Why the peanut butter?
The peanut butter adds a nice sweetness to it, and it's also a good source of protein to add into your soup.
Is that kind of like a common thing in the vegan lineup? Like, do you see that add protein to the meal?
Yeah, I mean, depending on what vegetable you use for the dish, adding some form of protein, whether it's peanut butter or a certain vegetable, helps as well. You can also put nutritional yeast in this for added vitamin B and A as well.
Wow.
High amounts of that is really good for you. So yeah, I mean,
Is this a quart?
no, the half of this and one of this.
Okay. So quart, 4 cups, guys. And if you have more sweet potato than we had in ours, I'd say you're going to want to have it so that it basically kind of covers everything. We might even be adding a little bit more to ours at the end. If you don't have enough in there right now, it's not the end of the world. You can kind of adjust it when it comes time to blend. That's what I would recommend. If you're not positive on how much you have, you can always add more at the blending stage. It's just really about the consistency of the soup you want. It's going to be, if you don't have enough, it's going to be really, really thick. And so it's personal preference, I guess, on that.
Definitely, yes.
Christina has a question. She said, when do we add the peanut butter? I missed it.
The peanut butter should be in right now with your stock and your tomatoes, your chopped tomatoes. So into the pot currently right now is all of our ingredients, our ginger, our garlic, our onions, our celery, sweet potatoes, tomatoes, and our peanut butter as well.
Like, peanut butter sounded bizarre to me. I gotta be honest with that, but it actually smells really good.
Yeah, no, it smells
I
great.
was with you on that.
Yeah,
I like peanut butter.
Yeah, it does not like.
I mean, I know a lot of Thai food, they do peanut
Sure.
butter like involved with something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the thing. The most awkward ingredients make the dish really.
But is
really
it
good.
like for the thickness?
Like-
Is it for like
It's for the sweetness.
the sweetness?
Yeah,
Peanut butter, okay.
sweetness
That's protein.
Protein.
and protein.
Right.
Yeah,
Sure.
all protein. Why don't we cheers really quick and let everyone kind of put in their ingredients.
Cheers, country.
Cheers, chef.
This is fun, man. We have chemistry.
We do. Surprise. Maybe that's why it's, we work so well together for so long.
I don't know about that.
Oh, breaking my heart, man. So for you guys at home, if you have your stock in there and everything, turn your heat down to a medium low. We just want to simmer this. We don't want to this doesn't need to be a rapid boil, because if you have it too high of heat, what you're going to do is you're going to boil out your stock and you're going to end up burning your pot.
Should we put some salt in here?
Yes. And if you guys have a lid at home for your pots, go ahead and throw the lid over the top. That'll help speed up the process of cooking the potatoes and all that good stuff. So
Just a pinch.
just a
Yeah, it was
small-
like a half teaspoon.
Shane's pinches are
Just
always-
do it.
teaspoon times 10.
He's
Just-
got big fingers.
Yes, I do.
I mean, it runs in the
All right,
chef.
easy,
We all have
easy.
big fingers.
Okay. Cheers.
So,
I'll cheers to big
yeah,
fingers.
that was Chris. That wasn't me, man.
I mean, he's booting me too. I gotta get crap now.
I guess that's what happens once you get the boot.
Mikey's cooking gochujang rice with bacon on. Ooh,
What's Mikey making?
he's making something with gochujang.
We do.
Anything with gochujang is okay with me.
You say sweetness, RE, the peanut butter. Are you using peanut butter with sugar, or would it work with organic peanut butter, no
No, yeah.
sugar added?
Organic, no sugar added will work as well. It's the natural sugar from the peanuts that is giving that sweetness.
Okay. And then do you remove the seeds from the tomatoes?
No seeds. Keep the seeds in for the tomatoes.
Everything's getting blended at the end, so that's like when he was talking about the size of the cuts and everything. It's all going to get pureed and blended together. So.
And if you're using fresh whole tomatoes, the liquid from those tomatoes will help with the soup as well. So yeah, you want all that good stuff in there. So now that we've got our soup on the back burner, simmering away, we're going to get started on our bread. All we're doing is we're using a baguette from Nightingale Bakery in Forestville. Really good bread. If you guys are local around here, I definitely recommend visiting that bakery and checking them out. We've been using them for quite a bit, right?
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. So all we're gonna do is we're just gonna get our bread cut into half, directly down the middle. And it's pretty simple. I mean, the thing with cheesy bread, it's all personal preference. I'm just going with bread, a little bit of olive oil onto the bread, and then the cheese right over the top. If you guys want to get creative at home, you can put a little bit of garlic in with your olive oil, spread that on, and then put the cheese over the top. Another good thing too that I really like to do at home, nutritional yeast. Mix that with olive oil and garlic, put that on, and then, I mean, you can use that as a substitute for cheese as well. Nutritional yeast is a really good substitute for cheese flavoring. So use that a lot in all my cooking at home when I'm cooking vegan dishes.
Another way of making delicious garlic bread is do a dinner with Chris's mom.
Yes.
and make her bring the garlic butter that she makes. It's so stupid. We had a dinner a couple months ago, and Chris's mom was the featured guest chef, and she made these baked clams that had this garlic butter. And I mean, the butter itself, I think, was the star of the dinner. Like, it was so good. But we had a bunch left over, and so we spread that onto some bread with was it mozzarella and parmesan?
Mozzarella and parmesan.
And it was just the most ridiculous garlic bread I've ever had.
Oh yeah, no, it was fantastic.
Tony has a question. He says, what is vegan cheese made out of?
It depends. So the brand that I'm using is Violife. It's a soy-based cheese. Some vegan cheeses will also use like cashews in replacement of the soy products. So, I mean, it varies. It goes from a nut flavoring to soy products. So, I mean, it all depends on the brand. And like I said, Violife is the brand that I'm using. I really like
What's
it.
the other one that's
There's so many, there's plant-based goods and.
no, there's one, I can't remember what it was, but there's one, I want to say it's out of California, maybe like Bay Area. And I was educated by one of our guests back in the summer, and they were using nut milks as their base, but they were doing it in a way where they still treated the nut milk like they were making cheese, so where they would still culture it and go through the same cheese making process, which I thought was really interesting.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. So yeah, there's multiple options out there for vegan cheese. I mean, it depends on what brand you use. It all varies. So like I said, we're just going to use mozzarella cheese. If you guys want to use a cheddar-based vegan cheese, that'll work as well. Or a Parmesan-based vegan cheese. That does exist.
Or real cheese.
Or the real stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a sheet tray and our olive oil. Here you go, Chef.
Thanks, country.
You're welcome, Chef.
So Chris, someone wants the recipe for your mom's garlic butter. Is that
We can
top
make.
secret? Or
I mean, it is
that-
kind of top secret, but I could try to get mom to give it. Actually, I know it, but she might just own me if I give it away.
Yeah.
So.
Don't want to give away all the secrets.
We could make a ton of batches of it and sell it in a tasting.
Oh,
Just saying.
it would never get out of the kitchen, man. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I have to put a lock
Shane
on
would be
that.
like taking it home to
It's
himself.
so good. I don't know. I'd have to fight Mark for it. Mark really loves that cheese.
But my mom is going to be a guest chef on one of the shows, right? Did we not pick that?
She's doing some dinners,
Dinners? No. Okay.
but I would love to have her on. I mean, nothing's set
We
in
should
stone.
probably do
Yeah.
how to make the
We
garlic.
should have
butter.
Marie come on. We're just coming up with
We're just-
ideas
I
here,
mean,
man. We're
come
just spitballing.
See?
It's organic. I like this.
Thanks to our fans out there. They're requesting it. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I think that would be a fun one to have Marie on here. Marie
Yeah.
and Shane cooking.
Marie's amazing. You guys
Oh,
got to meet Marie.
Marie is incredible.
We did a dinner with her in August, and we're doing another one in it's Mother's Day. What is that? April?
May.
Yeah, she's doing a dinner hopefully in May,
She's got 3 dinners.
and then we're doing another one in the fall like we did this
Bastille
year.
Day too.
Oh yeah, she's coming and making crepes,
Crepes.
like little thin
Crepes.
pancakes. They're delicious.
I've just never heard them as crepes. I'm always used to the crepe.
Well, Chris is here. You gotta say it proper when the Frenchman's here.
Crepes. Is that the proper way of saying it?
I love crepes.
Crepes. I love crepes. Just because Chris loves it like that. So we're gonna pop this into our 400-degree oven. Like I was saying earlier, if you guys have a broiler at home, because we don't have a broiler here in our kitchen, we're just gonna do a 400-degree oven for 5 to 8 minutes. Basically what we're looking for is just nice melty cheese onto your bread. And if you do use your broiler, just make sure you guys keep a close eye on it because this cheese does burn really fast. I have done that a lot at home with my broilers.
Yeah, whenever I broil at home, I always go down to the middle or even the bottom rack just because it gives you just a little more foolproof. Especially when I'm cooking at home, there's usually wine involved, and I know if I put something on the top shelf under the broiler,
Is there a foolproof way to cook?
huh?
No.
No, not at all.
So while we have that in the oven, I thought we would talk about what we're doing here at Bricoleur Vineyards currently with the shutdown going on. Shane and I have been hard at work back here, especially Shane making a bunch of house-made pastas, and we're selling a lot of pasta kits. And I mean, Chef, you want to let them know?
Yeah, we've got a few right now. So we're doing cook at home pasta kits. We also have some pizzas as well. So there's agnolotti, burrata agnolotti, which is a stuffed pasta with burrata with a spicy tomato sauce. We're doing ricotta gnudi with a sage brown butter, some estate squash that Farmer Mikey grew for us in there as well. We have potato gnocchi bolognese, and we have a tortellini and brodo, some pork and cabbage tortellini that we have in a rich pork broth. All the kits come with the garlic bread. That is where it's at actually. It's your mom's garlic bread. Yeah, so it's got the garlic bread. It's got a salad, dressing, all the garnishes and everything you'll need for the dish. And then we also have 2 lasagnas, a vegetarian and a meat one. We have a pasta kit where you can cook it at home, where we get you dough and toppings, and you has instructions on how to make pizza at home. Did I say pizza?
You said
Pasta.
pasta. That's why I was like, wait, what's going on?
You're like flipping it on stage. Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I was like, wait, did I not hear that right?
We're gonna get 7 orders for make it home pasta kits.
Pretty much Shane comes to your house.
Sorry, I gotta slow down on the roast.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, it's pizza kits. So you get 2 pizza doughs and then toppings to make a margarita, and then kind of like a combination pizza. If you don't want to make them yourself, we also have our frozen pizzas that we're doing as a package. All of these kits are paired back to the wines that go with it, and it's a great value. And if you're local, I would highly recommend. Like, I'm super proud of the work Country and I put in for these. Mostly Country.
Oh, wow.
We're quite open, but we're still open. We're still here for people want to pick
Come
up.
on over, man. Yeah, come on in here, Chris. Don't be standing over there.
Christina says the lasagnas are delicious.
Yeah, so they've had
Thanks,
Christina and Chase had
Christina.
both lasagnas. They had the pork and the other one.
I like it.
It's both delicious.
I like being on a vegan show. I think I like the vegetarian one better. The mushroom.
They're like side
It's
side.
good.
They're really good.
Yeah.
But is it still vegan? You don't chocolate cheese on it?
Oh, it's not vegan.
Yeah.
That's not, no.
I'm just saying, being on a vegan show, it's like,
It's just a healthier.
Hey man, I'm just dipping my toe.
But no, we have all the food packages. We also, if you guys want to come by and just purchase
Christina's with me. She
wine-
says she likes the veggie one
See,
better
I'm
too.
telling you.
Thank you.
If you want to just purchase
sorry,
wine-
Chef. I'm so sorry.
Can I talk now?
I'm sorry, yes.
I know we
Come
brought
on.
you over here.
This is all we wanted to bring you over here for. So
I
we
just
talk
want to say
over
they can
you.
purchase wine if they want to, all right? Now, you guys
Yeah.
can still come out of the winery, purchase some wine if you want to. Unfortunately, we can't open wine here. We can't do any kind of tastings, but if you guys want to pre-order, come by, come say hi to us, pick up some food too. We're pretty much here every single day, still working away and
Still doing the virtual tasting.
still doing virtual tastings. If you guys want to book, buy some bottles of wine with some friends, do a couple packages, send them to them, and it's free virtual tastings, which is really fun. So please, keep us busy because we're not busy enough. Yeah, that's all I want to say. Go ahead, guys.
So yeah, a lot of fun things going on here, guys. So hopefully you'll.
Ricky says, Shane, you need to grow a beard to fit in with this crew.
Well, I had one until yesterday.
Yeah, Shane shaved it, unfortunately.
Chris gives himself haircuts, so I was like, I can give myself a haircut. And so this is the only thing I know how to do. So I was trying because my hair was longer until like 20 hours ago, and it didn't work out. And so here we are.
Miss your beard.
But Ricky,
It'll be back in like a day and a half, dude.
if
Seriously,
you can
like.
see his 5 o'clock shadow right now,
Yeah.
it's thick. It doesn't look like on the camera, but it's coming thick already. So
By next week's show, it's going to be back and full and just.
And if it's not, I'm gonna wear a big fake beard.
Like the Fear the Beard from the Giants days. Yeah,
Exactly.
that'd be great. So we're gonna give a
Whoa!
Hey,
Perfect timing.
That's our timer for our
Man,
cheesy
we
bread.
didn't have to stall anymore. That's good.
Yeah.
I was getting tired of talking to you.
Is
Is this oven on?
This oven is
Oh
on,
boy, here we go.
but we're gonna go a little bit longer. That was only 5 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah. Don't worry. We're not gonna have that oven issue anymore.
Are we not?
It's like, oh, it looks great. And
It's supposed to look like
This doughy pizza is great. Woo!
Oh man, that was hilarious.
But our soup is ready to blend. It is nice. Our sweet potatoes are tender and fully cooked through. It doesn't look like much right now, but once we blend it, it will be nice and delicious.
Are you gonna?
I mean, I don't
After you.
I don't want to.
No, you
I don't
go
want to
first.
impose on you.
We have a blender, so Country's gonna go first.
Okay. Let me go get a spoon.
I mean, I guess they don't need to see us both blend our soup. We can just blend one of them.
Yeah.
You should probably use mine though, right?
I was thinking yours.
Did we
first.
finish the bottle already?
There's two people behind here. You guys are a bunch of luscious.
All right. So I'm gonna bring this over.
Question. I'm guessing this works better in a blender than with an immersion type, right?
Yeah, anytime you can use a blender, that's one of the things I learned early on in culinary school. Like, even if we're like, you taste it with an immersion versus a blender, and it really is a big difference. I mean, if you don't have one, use what you got. But the get off of using a really nice blender, you can have the same soup and just blend it two different ways. And using a blender just takes it up a notch. Like, you get that creamy texture, that consistency is just really whoa.
What about a food processor?
Yeah, and a pinch, if you had to, you could totally use that. I would, if you have a blender, I would always go blender, but either of those are good options if you have to.
And then another quick question, do you guys have any gluten-free meals coming up?
Yeah, what are we doing? Next week is
week
gluten-free.
is-
We're
yeah.
doing another healthy one with our friend Deacon, who does yoga on property. He's doing an Ayurvedic meal of khichdi, which is this sprouted mung bean and rice kind of stew. And then the week after that, I believe, is the crab salad, right?
It is.
We're doing a crab salad, which is really nice now that Dungeness season has finally kicked off. It has, right? Did they finally work it out?
I don't know about that.
It was supposed to be
I
like-
think it's still
Is
up
it
in the
really?
air,
It's
yeah.
almost there. I would
Well,
say.
by the time we get there, we better have some crab. That's all I know.
I'm hoping we do.
If
We don't have.
yeah, we have
Dungeness
quite a few.
crab, and then we've got
your tacos are gluten free. No, they have
no,
bread.
they're not.
dips.
They're breaded. And then after that, we're doing that's the sliders with the queso dip.
I think there's something in between, but we'll definitely have things in rotation. And if there's any questions
The next
on
two are-
substitutions, just hit us with an email,
Yeah.
and we can help walk you through that. Like, even the tacos we're doing could absolutely be done
Oh yeah. no.
without
If they're
bread.
corn tortillas?
Yes.
It's the
It's the breading of the cauliflower that's making it not gluten free. But you can definitely change that up and take out the breadcrumbs for it. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and blend up our soup really quick. So it's gonna get a little loud in here.
And seeing this is a cooking show, we're trying to educate you. Don't ever do what Country just did. Don't stick your head over a hot blender unless you want to lose an eye.
I've done it so many
God
times.
damn, it's like watching my wife cut an avocado, man. Scared me right there, country.
I mean, I've done it so many times that I'm kind
Holy
of confident
cow.
with it.
Someone says your look wasn't very convincing.
That's my look of like.
Perry.
That's how I always look when I, put my face over a blender.
Perry's
So I'm just making
actually
sure that it doesn't explode on me. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and pour this into a bowl.
Do you need a bowl?
I've got one over here.
Oh man.
I got stacks on stacks.
And so like you can see, this is fairly thick.
It's gonna see.
Oh, okay.
So that way.
Oh, let country illustrate my point here.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, I love your commentary right now. So if you want to keep going with it.
For me, I would probably put a splash more stock, but like I said at the beginning, it's up to whoever's doing it. If you like, I know you like your soups nice and thick.
I do,
Yeah.
especially at this time when it's cold
Yeah, it is
and
cold
rainy.
outside. You're right. That's a good point. That's really good.
Really sticks to you. You're so surprised that it's good.
Just saying, man.
Is it because of the peanut butter?
No, the peanut butter it's delicious, country. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I think our cheesy bread's done. I want to go ahead and pull that baby out.
Yes.
Yes.
And country and I were talking earlier too. Like a good addition for vegan, vegetarian soups that I really like to throw in the mix is a little bit of coconut milk, and I think this, especially with this recipe, that'd be really nice.
Coconut milk would go great in this.
We're trying to keep it healthy, and coconut milk isn't.
Someone had a question. They
Okay.
said, would you add extra stock in the blender and blend again?
Yeah, exactly. Or honestly, you wouldn't even need to blend it again. You could just mix it in back in the pot and heat it back up with the fresh stock.
No, exactly. Yeah.
I don't think you need to blend it again.
Is everyone else? Are there any other questions right now? Hopefully, we're not going too fast. I know with both Shane and I being here, we're Speedy McGee's kind of.
Speedy McGee's.
You like that?
Do you have this scripted already? Like, I feel like that you have
Every
like,
night
your
before
pocket.
the show, I just I stand in front of the mirror and I say,
Hi,
Yeah,
everybody.
exactly.
It's Speedy McGee.
"That's what I was doing for the last 2 hours." That's when I disappeared.
Like Eminem on the subway.
Exactly like
That was a
that.
bus. It was a bus. It wasn't a
Okay.
subway.
I haven't watched it in so long. So.
Are we gonna garnish this soup?
Yes, we are. So we're gonna garnish this with a little bit of fresh cilantro. So I've got some right here. We're just gonna go just a couple leaves over the top. I feel like everyone's just
You're doing a great job.
pressure on me.
This one's our state well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? We got the
Chris knows.
That's how I use it.
Chef Chris. Which oil?
Our backfiring oven.
So this is our beautiful olive oil that we're gonna garnish this with. This is, I believe this is last year's vintage. Where does it say?
No, that's this year's.
That's
the
this
one
year's,
that,
yeah.
It is?
Mark
That's
just
just
brought us,
you
yeah.
can tell. The color is a little bit on the yellowish now, where last year's a little bit more green. But
Yeah.
you can tell right off the bat that was from.
We had a olive picking party back in November, and if you
November?
yeah,
God, I thought that was a lot longer. than
Picking
November.
party, huh?
If you-
It was a fun
if
party.
you've never got the opportunity to pick olives, don't.
Come on down.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to experience it, do join us for the next year.
It's super novel for like half an hour, and then it's like, oh, I got 8 hours of this to do.
Yeah.
When I have 200 more trees.
We got to go get the other 60 trees on the other side of the property. Oh, wait, what?
What?
I do think we're.
I didn't sign up.
I think on the next one we are gonna do some sort of
Well, this
event
year
around it.
actually, this year we had planned on doing a picking party with we were going to invite customers, anybody that want to come by and do it, and do an actual prepaid with a lunch too.
Yeah.
That was kind of fun. So we might try that this year with, hopefully things will be better with COVID.
And it was a pain in the butt, but like having our own olive oil is just amazing.
Oh,
Like it's,
incredible.
I mean, we put that on everything. If you got a pasta dish, raw fish, I mean, really
Steak.
soup, yeah,
Soup.
any sort of grilled meats or even vegetables. There's not much I wouldn't put a good olive oil.
I feel like
on.
I put olive oil on everything.
Everything?
Yeah, almost everything.
Wow. You want to do the honors and garnish? with the olive oil?
I'm nervous. Yeah, I will. Is this okay that I'm using my thumb?
It's gonna have to be, huh? Oh yeah, country.
So you just want to plug a drizzle? That's it?
Just a drizzle. Nothing crazy.
Sure looks pretty.
It tastes pretty too.
Peggy says we should have opera playing in the background.
We
while
should.
we pick olives.
Sounds like something a villain would do.
And we
like a-
can't forget the cheesy bread.
Like a Hannibal Lecter, like. Are we gonna put this on here so it's nice and pretty?
I was thinking putting it on the side. I mean, if you guys want to throw it right in there.
I like to dip, man.
So, however you want to do
Okay,
it.
what do you think? How's that sound?
Ooh,
Oh, you're cutting yours different.
Let's see.
I am.
That's mine. Country put my cilantro on for me. Thank you, Country.
You're welcome, Chef.
It's teamwork, man.
Yeah.
Shane.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
You have that one scripted too?
I do. I script that all the time. That was the.
This is fun.
No, thought it was gonna be a lot worse than this. Thought it was gonna be a little more.
I had no faith in you, Shane.
No, I didn't have. It wasn't that I didn't.
Well, he had to
faith,
have
you
been
know.
intimidated, right? Like,
I mean,
I feel like when we're alone, it's a lot different conversation than.
what's that supposed to mean?
It's a little more inappropriate, is what I'm saying.
Oh, got it.
We're a little bit dirty sometimes.
there's kids on.
Yeah, careful. The Hybels have their children.
Yeah.
inside. Good Lord.
It's the rosé all day.
Apologize to him.
I'm so sorry.
He's so cute, man. Look how big he's getting. So this guy had
he's having a
dinner
blast
here.
right now.
If you all see the child on Christina's page, I'm forget. I know the name starts with a C. What it? Cole and Caden. He came like a week before he was born. They were here having dinner. We've seen him before he was even in this world.
I know.
Pretty awesome.
And we're gonna see him when he starts drinking.
Yeah.
Right, Chase?
Chase is like, yep.
Oh man, what was that? A couple more years then? Two,
Yeah,
three,
yeah. European way.
Yeah, you're French.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I was 7, 8 years old. Yeah,
That works.
big deal.
Just don't talk about it.
I mean,
As we're talking
in
about it
France,
now.
in France, we can talk about it. Here, we
You're
cannot.
not in France.
I mean, we can imagine we're in France.
We can't.
Can you wear a beret next week?
I could.
Would
Chris, do you have one?
Deacon would be so confused.
Why would I have one? Because I'm French. Is that what?
Isn't that part of like your birthright? You get like
Don't you like?
No,
you
when I'm
wear
born,
that
I
little
get
sash around your neck. You have a beret at all times.
There's escargot next to me and a little That's
I like that better.
How's the soup, Andrea? Awesome.
They want to show.
If anybody's finished, we'd love to see your finished dishes.
It's so good, you guys. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very
Thanks,
welcome.
Andrea.
Thank you.
Oh, you guys, Highball's got theirs.
Highball's got what?
Ooh,
What do you got? for
Mary's,
red?
Mary's looks great.
Ooh,
Ooh, I like that fancy red bowl too.
That's a great looking bowl.
Did your sous chef help make that, Mary? Looks like it. He's excited.
Allison, how's it going over there with you?
Get in there?
I think I made her nervous. I'm sorry.
It's like getting called on in class.
Yeah, right. Mikey, do you have your final product? Let's see
You can
it.
hear us?
Yeah, we can.
Oh, great. We're actually not cooking what you guys are cooking.
Well,
Are you, Mikey? Are you a little bit?
Then let's
is
go.
there a little jealousy sitting in here because you're not cooking with country this week?
I was just
Yeah.
saying that watching you two is like watching those old guys from the Muppets. You know what I'm talking about?
That's exactly what we're shooting.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Amazing. I hope you continue to do it. Mikey, what are you making?
Well, I'm roasting up some of these here turnips we got in the garden.
Some of these here.
I'm making some gochi rice. And then
I'm not a camera person like Chris.
I'm
He's
gonna
way
make
better.
some cornmeal crusted tilapia with togarashi.
Nice,
Oh,
dude.
You going real fancy.
It's great. I'm gonna unmute myself before I say something dumb.
You're gonna bring us some of that over here, right?
Yeah.
There you go,
Oh, you
yeah,
come over here. Come over here.
You're so far away.
That's too far.
We're down we're at his place. Bring a bottle of wine.
It's muddy over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went
It's a
down
little
to
muddy.
the garden over there by the flower bed today, Mikey. It's muddy as heck down there, man. I had to
Yeah,
wash my
maybe.
shoes.
It's good.
I'm gonna be slogging around in there.
I know, seriously. You get like ankle deep every step, man. It's crazy.
It's all good.
All right.
All right, guys.
Well, thank you, everybody. This was super fun. And it's every Saturday night, 5 o'clock. We're gonna be doing this.
We talked about next week, and then the wine for next week is the 2019
Sauteing Blanc.
unoaked.
Oh, next week we're using the unoaked. So if you're gonna cook along with us, the unoaked Chardonnay is what we're gonna be pairing with Deacon's healthy Ayurvedic meal. So you got a week to. It's kind of like a yin and yang right there, right? Because you got like you're eating this super healthy meal,
Yeah.
and then drinking wine.
And we're making cookies
That's
too. with it.
healthy.
It's healthy wine.
It's healthy
No, I
wine.
know. We should. That should be a marketing thing. We should do.
Yeah.
It's vegan.
I thought vegan cheese is delicious.
Well,
I mean, we don't do any meats or any processed stuff.
you guys want to say
So
bye?
hope.
All right. Well, thank you
All right,
guys.
guys. Thank you.
We'll see you all soon.
See you next week.
Take care. Happy New Year.